Welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name is Grant. Today I'm unboxing a pretty cool and interesting looking war game from a company called PKB Games. About 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, they did a Trench Club game that was kickstarted, and this was a Kickstarter that was put up early 24 and just fulfilled about a month ago. So the game is called Aces and Armor, and it is a look at World War II combat. It uses miniatures. It uses a skill-based and experience-based system so that your units can actually increase in their abilities and effectiveness. But at its heart, it's a tactical level skirmish type game. Very excited about it. I think it looks great. I mean, that box art is amazing. That's one of the reasons that I backed it. The game is for 1 to 4 players. So there's a solitaire mode, there's competitive modes, and there's also cooperative modes. So 1 to 4, and battles play in 1 to 2 hours and 14 plus. But yeah, great looking packaging. And when I open the box, you're going to look at it and go, ooh, that's pretty nice. Well, let's go ahead and crack that open. The box is filled to the brim. This is the rule book. And you can kind of get a look at some of the units there. Troops represented are Germans, American, and Soviets. I don't know. 2 different types of Germans, I guess. Those are both Iron Crosses. The rule book here, though, is I think it's in French as well. So the rule book really, to be honest, isn't that long. I think you're talking about 12 pages. So there's 12 pages, and then the 13th page is kind of like a quick reference guide or player aid. And then the other half of the rule book is in French. Made by a French company, which is what you would expect. So it's dual language. But 12-page rulebook, full color, lots of great examples. There's actually a lot of great videos on their YouTube channel. But here you get another look at that art, and it just looks really, really great. I'm actually unboxing this ahead of us trying to get this to the table this Friday, because this is a game that I've wanted to play for a while, had it for about a month. And I convinced Alexander that we were going to give it a try. So there's the rules. There is a sheet of counters. You can see there are some units represented, chevrons for experience, I believe, control markers. Here is, I think this is the experience track, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm trying to remember from what I've read. But there are different pieces here. Not a ton of counters. And then the board is a mounted map board. Let's go ahead and make some room for this because I do think it's very attractive. It is dual-sided. I'll show you this side first. Let me adjust the camera. It's pretty big. I think it's 22 by 30, 22 by 30, give or take. You can see it's an area activation and movement game. So you can see there's areas here. Nice terrain. There's rivers, forest. Here's an airstrip, some buildings, rail lines, roads, and bridges. I think it looks really good. This is kind of the snowy side. So probably where you're going to fight battles on the East Front or things like the Ardennes. The other side is kind of a French countryside. Here you have a river coming off of either a lake or the ocean. Once again, and you can see there are hexes, which is good. Got some mountains, trees, a lake. Very nice graphics, really stand out. These numbers, I believe, are objectives. So you're going to have, in a certain scenario, capture objective 8, and that's what you're going to tell. So these are kind of dual purpose and can be used throughout the game in a lot of the different scenarios. Here is in a plastic bag. Let's go ahead and get a look at, these are kind of like the unit statistics, the unit boards. You can see these are Russian units, as you can see with the hammer and sickle there. You have infantry, T-34 tanks. You have a Yak, a Sturmovik, a Katyusha rockets, and you have a mobile infantry, or AKA cavalry, right? On the back, it is French, so they are single-sided with English, remember. I like how the cavalry is shown. I very much like that. You'll notice the Germans, and you have two different types of Germans here. They don't have cavalry. They have mobile infantry. They have a Pak 40. They have the Stuka and then a Messerschmitt. They have a Tiger and some infantry. And the other German has a mechanized infantry, some flak guns, a Panther, a Messerschmitt, and a Junkers, Ju-88. You have infantry there. And then the Americans have the Shermans. Mobile infantry is a Jeep. You have a howitzer, you have a B-17, and a P-51 Mustang. So those are kind of their unit boards. And you can see there's different areas for their experience increases and tracking of wounds and different things like that. Combat. There is a custom insert inside the box, and you can see it's injected molded plastic, which is pretty sturdy. Very deep wells. They contain all the different units. So I'm going to go ahead, and they actually have embossed. You can see that. That's a nice touch. You have the American symbol, the Soviet symbol, so you know that those units belong to that nation, as if the colors didn't already kind of tip that off. But here's a look at this is a P-51 Mustang. Actually, that looks like an SBD, but who am I? I don't know. You can see it has this plastic base, and then these little sticks are where you're going to place the infantry or the experience pieces. Let me show you. So these are these little, I don't want to call them beads, but they're plastic pieces. And as they gain experience, well, I just spilled a bunch of them. That's never good. As you gain experience, you're going to put those on there. And as you gain levels, you're going to put more. It's just to show the capabilities of the different units. I think that's kind of a neat touch. I'm going to have to be careful because I did spill those. Here you have, I'm sorry, these are the Soviets, aren't they? Yeah, these are the Soviets. So this is a T-34. So this would be a Yak. I'm sorry. Here you've got the mobile infantry or the cavalry. Really nice molds, by the way. Don't want to get that too close because it's blurring. And then the other unit is the infantry. I do like the way these look. I think they're pretty nifty. There you got. So these are Soviets. I'm going to go ahead and take those off. These look really good, but those are Soviets. Here's the Americans. You can see there's the artillery, a Sherman, there's the B-17, all different types of great looking units. These are the different German units. You have gray and you have white. I'm going to go ahead and open these because I want to look at these Panther and Tiger tanks. Kind of nifty. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. Yeah, those look really good. Here you have an MG-42 trooper. Here you have a plane, a Messerschmitt. Very nice looking miniatures. And that's part of why I was attracted to it. I do enjoy a good miniatures game. Then you have some metal coins. They're not glossy, they're shiny. I think when I get metal coins, I prefer that they are flat and look weathered. These are very, very shiny. They're nice, but very shiny. You've got the Iron Cross there, Aces in Armor logo, and on the back you've got a star. You've got a Soviet star. I don't know if there's other like Americans. Here's one that looks like it's a little flatter than some of the others. And what I mean by flat is it's not shiny. But there you have metal coins. I think that was an add-on. I went ahead and did that. And the game system uses a bunch of 12-sided dice. So here are those dice, and you can see you have a bunch of them. in basically 3 different colors. You have gray, you have red, and you have green. As I look at these are 12-sided dice, and they look to be evenly distributed. So it's not like these are different types or variations of the dice. They look like they're the same. And then this is a timer, and it has sand in the middle of it. Sorry, I've got the light kind of at an odd angle. But you're going to time different actions, flip that over to measure that time. But yeah, really nice looking game. Kind of Ameritrashy, for lack of a better word, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with an Ameritrashy game. Doesn't bother me at all. I just like a good and interesting game. Let's go ahead and raise this up so I can kind of get all those components. Really nice package here. I think that looks really nice. Very well put together, and I think, like I said, this is their second Kickstarter, so their other one, Trench Club funded, and it was actually very popular. So I have no reason to believe that this game won't be fun and interesting, although I have maybe read some complaints about the clarity of the rules or the way that they're organized and put together. We'll see how that goes, but really a nice package. Very much glad I backed this and can't wait to get it to the table. So there you have it, Aces and Armor, PKB Games, kind of a tactical level World War II skirmish style game with miniatures, dice, experience ratings, which is kind of cool and interesting and unique. Very much look forward to it. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Grant for the Player's Aid.